More shocking still, ancient evidence suggests that the men behind many of these robberies were none other than the pharaohs themselves.
Tomb robbers might have been hired by the government to break into these tombs, to take the gold and other valuables they contained to replenish the treasuries that were undergoing a serious depression.
We know there are letters that are passed between scribes and the authorities talking about orders to empty the tombs of the ancestors. I always think it's like robbing the Federal Reserve. You go in, you take all the gold that you can find, you melt it, and you put it back in circulation again.
It got to the point where the government could not hide the fact that it was itself involved, and so it went out and made a show of tracking down the culprits.
For unofficial thieves, the penalties for robbery were severe. Punishment ranged from exile and amputation of the hands, ears, and nose to execution. These harsh penalties were not the only deterrents for would-be robbers. The ancient engineers may have attempted to counter the threat by constructing hidden traps in the tombs themselves.
At least 2 blocks, and we started running, floor by floor, instead of popping out.
It was if they had detonated.
Detonated.
They were planned to take down a building. Boom, 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 boom.
All the way down. I was watching it and running.
Rick Sanchez has been there throughout this morning for us. Rick, tell us where you are and what the latest is.
Well, I'm in that area, if you're familiar with this area of where West Broadway and Hudson come together, right at Chambers. That would put us about a block and a half away from the site of where the explosion was. That area has just been evacuated because police have found what they describe as a suspicious device, and they fear that it might be something that could lead to another explosion. Obviously, there's a real sense of caution here on the part of police. I spoke with some police officials moments ago, Chris, and they told me that they have reason to believe that one of the explosions at the World Trade Center, aside from the ones that may have been caused by the impact of the plane with the building, may have been caused by a van that was parked in the building that may have had some type of explosive device in it. So their fear is that there may have been explosive device planted either in the building or in the adjacent area, and that's why they're being so cautious.
We were the first ones in the second tower after the plane struck. I was taking firefighters up in the elevator to the 24th floor to get in position to evacuate workers. On the last trip up, a bomb went off. We think there was bombs set in the building.
Well, we do know, in fact, that there are ways of getting across, and in a couple of tombs we have actually found the ropes that grave robbers used to go down one side of the pit and up the other.